What's up, my peeps? I'm here with another prediction game video for Survivor Series 2013. This is the tag team matchup, 2-on-2 matchup. It's not an elimination tag. It's not a classic Survivor Series matchup. Just a regular tag team match. It's CM Punk teaming up with Daniel Bryan to face off against Luke Harper and Erick Rowan of the Wyatt family. Yeah. I predict Luke Harper will say that at Survivor Series. So yeah, if you haven't checked out the official prediction game video, the one where I give my predictions for every single one of the matches, I am going with Luke and Eric to win this matchup. Now, you might ask yourself, why? Why do you think Eric and Luke are going to win this matchup? I mean, they're facing up against CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, two top stars, two main eventers, while Eric and Luke Harper are main eventers. I mean, they're no longer undefeated. They got beat by the Usos. They've also got beat by Cody and Goldust. So why would they lose? I mean, why would they win? Why would they beat CM Punk and Daniel Bryan? Well, I thought that too. I was also like, you know, this match is pretty easy to predict. I mean, of course, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are gonna win this. But then, eventually I changed my mind. I was like, no, it's not that easy to predict. Nah, this matchup, it's not as simple as that. And I think I don't think the reason for this matchup is to just have Punk and Daniel Bryan beat up Eric and Luke Harper, win the matchup, and then move on to take on Bray Wyatt. It's not that simple, especially because Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, you know, they're two people. So who, if they do win this matchup, who goes after Bray Wyatt? Who faces off one-on-one against Bray Wyatt? Is it going to be a two-on-one handicap matchup? I don't think so. So, yeah, I definitely don't think it's as simple as just a regular tag team match where in the end, Daniel Bryan and Punk win. Especially after what's been happening the past couple of weeks. Ever since the initial attack, ever since, you know, they first attacked on Raw, both Daniel Bryan backstage and, you know, with Bray Wyatt hitting the Sister Abigail on him on the fence, and CM Punk getting attacked by Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family as well afterwards. Or was it before? I think it was afterwards, yeah. But it was the same night. Ever since then, Punk and Daniel Bryan have managed to outsmart the Wyatt family. They've managed to beat the Wyatt family as well. You had CM Punk and Daniel Bryan outsmart them on an episode of SmackDown where they got out of the ring, and then Luke and Eric couldn't find Bryan and Punk, and then Bryan and Punk appear out of nowhere from behind and then take them out and then get out of the ring as soon as possible. And also they had Daniel Bryan versus was it Luke Harper or Eric? I'm not sure. On the most recent episode of SmackDown, Daniel Bryan beat one of them. I think it was Luke Harper. I'm not sure. So, and also on Raw, you can't forget that awesome 6-man tag team matchup, or yeah, 12-man tag team matchup of 6 versus 6. They also beat the Wyatt family and the Shield in that matchup. So, I do not think that in this pay-per-view they're also going to beat Eric and Luke Harper. It just, I mean, first off, you've got the whole momentum thing on Luke and Eric's side, where they don't have the momentum, and I don't know why Luke and Bray Wyatt are just walking around there outside of the ring like that. But yeah, so going into the pay-per-view, Eric and Luke do not have the momentum, which usually leads to whoever doesn't have the momentum winning the matchup at Survivor Series. Now, also, recently, you know, the Shield, they've been, you know, it seems like there's a bit of tension there. It seems like maybe Roman Reigns doesn't really like when Dean Ambrose talks for the Shield. And you've had instances where Roman Reigns wants to fight, but the other Shield members hold him back or tell him no, not to. And the Wyatts, on the other hand, they're just getting started. There's no, you know, tension between the team or whatever. And, I mean, everybody can predict that, you know, especially after that Raw where the Wyatts and the Shields were arguing and then started fighting. That was an awesome moment, and the crowd loved it. I loved it. And it seems like that was a teaser for a matchup between the two teams. The Wyatt family versus the Shield. I definitely think that's going to happen at some point. Maybe not right now, but possibly WrestleMania, maybe. And the thing is, the Shield, they're like one of the most dominant teams out there. They've taken out everybody. They've beaten everybody. You know, beating John Cena, Sheamus, Ryback, Daniel Bryan, Kane. You know, the list goes on and on. Shield have done a lot of things in a short amount of time. They've also won championship gold, tag team gold, United States championship gold, although they don't hold those titles anymore. Well, actually, Dean Ambrose still holds the US championship. But bottom line, Shield has a good resume, and they've done well. There's no doubt they're a pretty dominant team, and whenever they're in a tag team matchup or a six-man tag team match, they have a pretty good chance of winning. Now, on the other hand, the Wyatt family, you know, Erick and Luke especially, when it comes to them, I mean, they were undefeated, but they're no longer undefeated right now. And although they were undefeated, they don't have these huge victories like the Shield has. They don't have the freaking wins over John Cena, main event guys like that. And right now, you're probably thinking, you know, where are you going with this? Why are you talking about the Shield, the Wyatt family? What is your point? My point is, like I said, I do think, and I think all of us, you know, can predict or, you know, feel that at some point the Shield and the Wyatt family are going to face off in a tag team matchup. You know, Wyatt versus the Shield. The Shield, you know, they're a pretty dominant tag team. Now, for the Wyatts to, I guess, to have a chance in a matchup like this, which I definitely think is going to happen, they need to look good going into the matchup. They need some accolades or whatever, however you say it. They need some big wins under their resume, like the Shield. Because as it stands right now, the Wyatt family we have right now with the victories they have right now versus the Shield outclasses them by just so much. They outclasses them by far. So, like, who would believe in the Wyatt family in a matchup like that? Everybody would be siding with the Shield. But if the Wyatt family starts picking up victories like the Shield, you know, picked up the victories, those big six-man tag team match victories, then they could get on the level of the Shield, or at least close to it. It's gonna be hard to get to the same level as the Shield. You know, after all, Shield has done so much in so little time in the year they've been, you know, in the company, on the roster. And the Wyatts, on the other hand, Wyatts haven't done much. I mean, yeah, they took out Kane for a while, but that was mostly Bray Wyatt taking out Kane, well, beating him in a matchup. And Bray Wyatt, he's been undefeated in singles action, but when it comes to Luke and Eric Harper, no longer undefeated. Even when they were undefeated, the victories they had were not huge, you know, impressive victories. So they need that impressive victory. They need a good win. And this Sunday is a perfect opportunity for that, when they're going to be facing off against CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, two former world champions, two former WWE champions, definitely main event superstars and candidates to win the, you know, this year's Royal Rumble. Or actually, it's not going to be this year anymore when the Royal Rumble comes. It's going to be the 2014 Royal Rumble, but you get my point. So this will be their first huge victories on their resume, and I see this as not the only big victory they're going to get after Survivor Series. I could see them maybe facing off against like John Cena and somebody else or something like that, maybe picking up a victory there. Who knows? But bottom line, I think what we're going to see now is Erick and Luke Harper starts, you know, really becoming threats and guys that can take out and beat main event superstars when it comes to tag team matches. So then, when the time comes for the Shield versus the Wyatt family, people will believe in the Wyatt family. And the Shield. You will also believe in the Shield, but you also believe in the Wyatt family because of what they've accomplished, you know, the superstars they've beaten. But as it stands right now, like I said, if they lose at Survivor Series, it doesn't make them look too good. especially compared to the Shields. I feel they could get this victory at Survivor Series, and then CM Punk and Daniel Bryan could get a rematch possibly at TLC in like a tables match, chairs match, or I don't know, a ladder match or something like that. Ladder match, I think it would be actually pretty cool. But yeah, Punk and Bryan could get a rematch at TLC, and they could win that matchup. Or if the Wyatts lose this Sunday, then I could still see that rematch, but maybe Luke and Eric Harper, they could get their victory then. And by the way, check this out. I was trying to get a discus clothesline finisher, just a discus clothesline, but I couldn't find it. Instead, I found the discus clothesline combination, so I used that instead. Later on, I found that there is a discus clothesline in the game. Yeah, I'm sticking with my predictions of Eric and Luke Harper winning this matchup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can click that like button. With that said, I'm out. See ya.